Hi lovelies, welcome to my life and tarot. I am here today with my opinions mug again because I saw a video that Wildfeatha, I will leave her video link down below so you can check it out yourself. She discussed a really important topic in my opinion, and we are prone to take things for granted. And she talked about the endangered species in the plant world that are maybe in danger because of the usage or popularity that the plants and herbs have recently gained or regained. I will not try to repeat everything she said. Go look at her video yourself, but this got me thinking. Although I grow my herbs, many of them myself, many of them that I use a lot, like the peppermint or the mint and lavender and everything, but many of the things doesn't grow here, like the Palo Santo she also talked about. And I feel, if I'm selfish, to maybe think that I am not ready to let go of that, because I really use Palo Santo a lot. Although I'm not burning it in huge piles. It lasts a long time, yet I still use it quite a lot, and I need my stash to be always here, so I can take a stick and burn it, and I carry one around in my purse all the time with my decks. So if I do a reading, this is what I use to get my own energies up, and not only cleanse, but usually for the energy change and movement in my surroundings, and also in the decks and crystals. So I went on and googled if I can maybe purchase a Palo Santo tree seeds, so I can maybe try to grow something myself. This can be used only indoors in my country, because they are not going to survive outside. And I am trying to be more self-sufficient with the plant material I am using. I never overuse anything, I never over gather anything, because many of the plants that I use are growing everywhere around here. I have to only purchase a few things, but many of those things Wildfeatha also mentioned, like the white sage. I grow my own sage, but the white sage is something that is not growing that abundantly, and I still have to purchase some, although it's not like I am using it I think I use about a bundle and a half in a year, so I'm not burning them like crazy. Still, I know that many of the sellers are still like growing them, the plants in the plantations or elsewhere. The many of the things are grown for the actual selling purposes. But she also talked about the horrible story about the herb hunters who, for the selling purposes, are just raking clean many of the native growing areas, which is awful. And this is like got me thinking that maybe the laws that are there for us not to gather this or that are because people go crazy about earning from things, and they just take everything if they find it, and then in the nature those species can come or become distinct or endangered. So I am calling you up, try to grow as many plants you use the most yourself. And Wildfeatha also mentioned that look around in your close proximity what is growing there. Maybe you don't have to actually purchase things if you can gather them from the nature. Many of the plants are like growing abundantly everywhere. I know around here many of the most used herbs are growing like weed around here, so they are considered not rare, and I can just go and take, and I never clean out an area or pull out the roots or harm the plant itself. And what I also do, I always like tell the plant that I am taking something, and I always thank the plant or the tree or whatever I'm getting from the nature. I am used to vocalize. I like literally I'm going to the forest, and if I take anything I speak out loud. So if anyone's listening, they must be thinking I'm nuts, but I'm not like thinking it, but I'm saying it out loud that I thank the tree, I thank the plant. And like I said, I never clean out a single plant. I just, if I find only one, I take a little, and then I try to find more from elsewhere. But yeah, it's like I use the stinging nettle a lot, and this is weed that people try to get rid of, and this I can just clean the whole plant out of the leaves and the blossoms or the buds in there. But the more not weed like plants are the ones that I always be mindful of how many I take and how many will be left. So never clean out an area from seeds or blossoms or roots or whatever you are gathering if you are doing so. And try to find your own plants, not from the roadsides of course, because they are then a little bit toxic, because plants breathe what they have, and if there's the pollution, then they are not helpful for you. So yeah, I was thinking if I would take up this topic and actually do a video response, or my point of view of this, and I was playing with my deck of Giovanni Vacetta here, and had a few jumpers, and the cards are telling, which I want to share with you regarding this topic, that the judgment, that we have to judge ourselves and be more mindful of what we are doing in the nature and with the nature, and what we are taking, what we are purchasing from anyone. Can we get them elsewhere? Can we maybe grow them in our garden, or I don't know, on the windowsill, wherever? And then the self-assessment of what we are doing, the call upon being more mindful of what we are purchasing, and do we need it all? If we are taking it something from the nature, are we going to use it all? Never throw away anything. If you have excess, give it to someone who you think maybe can use it. Or if you have already taken the plant, never throw away anything. This is, for me, it is disrespect, because you just took something, even if you are not planning or didn't use it. This is like not good way to live and use our surroundings. The next card that popped up was the Chariot, which is talking about, in this deck it has no horses, so we are not going anywhere if we don't have this mindfulness. And when we are eventually, then we have to look where we are going with our goals, and what we need, what we really need and will use, and what will benefit us, and keeping this balance between not taking too many and leaving something behind, so nature can replenish and regrow. So this Chariot talks about, before going on the road, before picking a path, you have to figure it out. And with the justice, the figuring out part must be honest to ourselves, and to really look into our actual needs, so we just don't overuse the nature's gifts to us. And the next card was 10 of Cups. In this deck, this means an order, abundance, or balance of the emotional satisfaction through balance. As you can see, all those are beautifully in the row, and the large one is in here. So keep your cups full and in order. If you are gathering something, make use of them, hold them dear, and like, this looks like Granny's stash place, where all the jars of goodies are carefully made and put into the beautiful rows. make a system of your plants and everything, and use them mindfully with purpose. So if you are burning them, I burn a lot of my plants, then you are somewhat giving them back to the nature. Use them mindfully when you are creating something from the plants. Acknowledge the gift of nature that is allowing you to use the medicines or the goodies, the values of the plants to heal yourself or your close ones. So keep your cups full with gratitude towards where you got your stash from. And the last one is the page, the Knight of Coins, and this tells me that cherish the land, cherish the possibility to walk in the nature and to take from there, and don't try to make money out of those things, going nuts about gathering everything so next time you will be not able to get anything from that spot because you cleaned it out. And also this tells about invest into growing your own materials, your own earth goodies, because get some seeds and cherish that you have been doing it yourself. It will take more time than just go somewhere and purchase some things, but still let's not try to overconsume those things, because they will not be more magical, could not be more magical if you have grown them for yourself, and from the seed or from the little sapling or however you call them, you have put your own energy and your own wishes, what you want from this plant, into the growing process. So this plant will be helping you more than anything you will be purchasing from anyone or anywhere else. Like I said, everything can't be grown, and sadly so, but I am really now looking into growing some things myself. Like, I don't use the essential oils. She talked about essential oils a lot. I don't use them a lot. I really have no huge piles, but I still have some, but those are pretty generic. The ones I use are either cinnamon or peppermint or eucalyptus. So I'm not using any exotic ones. Tea tree they are pretty much generic and not so endangered, I think. But yeah, I'm now looking for the white sage seeds and a way to maybe grow the Palo Santo tree. I'm not sure how it was called. I googled it in Latin. I can't remember how it was called, but growing my own stuffs as much as I can. I gathered a nut, not nuts, but when I was in Spain, I found a pods that I wasn't sure of, but I liked how they looked like, and I gathered them from the beach. I think they were brought there by the water. I'm not sure because there were not any plants near. But when I got home, I realized there are little seeds in it, and so I put the seeds in the soil and then googled what pods should or would they even be, and lo and behold, they were eucalyptus tree pods. And I have right now, of all the seeds that came out of the 4 pods, I found one little tiny eucalyptus growing out of them. So fingers crossed that I can actually grow it up as a tree, because I can't also use that outside. It is too cold, I think, in here. Although I googled that eucalyptus is pretty well adjusting, and if I would hold the little growing tree near the window throughout now the summer and then the winter, when the window near the window the cold is coming, then it can adjust itself to our weather. I would have to protect it from the actual frost if I would plant it outside later when it's already bigger tree, but then it might be surviving this adjustment period and will be growing full size tree. But I would have to protect it from the frost with the moss or the tree branches. Tree, what tree is it? The what is this tree? That Christmas tree is I can't remember what's it in English, but the Christmas tree branches, lower branches, we around here use them to cover up the plants that doesn't like the cold or frost so much, and these branches are holding the warmth under their covers, so to speak. So the plants that are maybe more tender will survive over winter, like roses, like the everything that is maybe in danger of freezing and dying because of the frost. So this, and yeah, this is my opinions about getting ourselves in a better understanding what we are using and more mindful of what we are buying. And this card also tells that you are voting with your wallet. If we stop overusing the things that maybe are endangered, then maybe, just maybe, they are saved or just not stolen clean from the nature. This is another thing when they are growing them in the plantations and for the selling purposes, but many people still are scouring and emptying the nature resources because of that. So maybe it's not so good to just blindly purchase everything, but sometimes ask where those things are coming from and where did the seller get them from, and maybe if anything is fishy, then not to make the purchase. So yeah, these are my rambles about nature resources using and mindfulness around it. So thank you for watching and bearing with me, and let me know what you think, if you are already growing some things and using, how that has been going for you, or if you have noticed similar things that someone or somewhere the nature has been ransacked because of the material gain someone thought that they will be getting. And yeah, look around. If you see someone doing that, maybe, I don't know, in my country there's option to go tell them. People are not violent around here, so and there's no way I can get shot because of I'm interfering with someone's stealing from the nature, because that is called stealing. We are allowed to pick anything from the nature, but we are not allowed to clean up. This is like not, this is against the law, and this is punishable. So yeah, I'm looking for words, and I hope, yeah, I got my thing through that I was intending. So thank you for watching, and enjoy the nature and be thankful of everything we have around us. Thank you, and bye.